going to be the build portion for this. Fractal Design Focus G case in white. It's got two white 120mm fans in the front. So that's right there. I got the two fans there. And that's pretty much it. We do have top ventilation, as you can see there. And there's bottom ventilation. Bottom PSU mount goes here. Yeah, it's a pretty basic case. It was on sale for like $39.99 with free shipping on Newegg, so can't go wrong. It's a Fractal case, so really nice. I've already built one machine in this. It was a conversion of a Dell Optiplex desktop, and I converted it to fit in the case. It was kind of cool. I could show a picture of it here. This is just about throwing together a quick build with the Z690 Gaming X Gigabyte board, PCIe 5. This is for the new Alder Lake chip we got here. I am terrible at this. So I want to see what this can do. Is an i5-12600k, and to top it all off, I'm going to put the NHU12S Redux cooler on it, which has LGA 1700 bracketing in it. And I'm going to do some tests. I'm going to compare it against a Asus G10DK Walmart desktop. We're going to see how it does head-to-head gaming on its stock graphics, because that's what I wanted to know is, did Intel improve their graphics on here? Let's get to building this thing. Most of it's going to be time-lapse, so here we go. I do all my builds with a Leatherman Wave. Oh, that's pretty. Also going to go with the P750GM. Gamers Nexus did a lot of reviews on this one blowing up, so this ought to be fun. I feel like it's a nice build to do a Gigabyte PSU with a Gigabyte motherboard, just so that if they blow up, they can blow up together. I don't think I'm going to do any RGB strips in here because there's going to be enough lighting with the fans and the CPU. Actually, the CPU won't have one. The motherboard will. This back fan will, and the two front one will be RGB off of this dark flash kit that my nephew also donated to me. So, hey, it works with Asus Aurosync. Cool. This is a Gigabyte board, so... Yay. No, well. DDR4. I'm not paying for DDR5. That's ridiculous right now. Oh. These are M.2 screws. 4 individual ones. That's nice. That's very nice. Oh, it has a very plastic smell. Like circuit boardy smell. It's great. There's some peels. I'm going to peel them. It's so appealing. Probably not going to be the last time I say that. I have kids, you know. Gotta mess them up somehow, right? Terrible, so I'm going to take this whole thing off just to get the rest of that little peel off. That's really, really not cool. Integrated I/O shield, that's kind of nice. So we want to test it first. I'm not entirely sure how we're adding in... Okay, first of all, that peel is bothering me. There's a little bit of a peel that's stuck in here, and I want to get it out of there. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And to do that, we could take off the VRM cooler here. Oh, it's too large. Got my trusty iFixit toolkit here, which is always super handy to have. Ah, yes. That's perfect. Yeah. Nice VRM thick boy. Now I can finish this peel, which is just bothering the crap out of me. Thank you. That's all I wanted to do. Okay. Let's put this back on now that I got that peel sorted. It really bothered me. LGA 17XX. LGA 18XX. Oh, is that a sign of something to come? Interesting. Okay, we need to put the CPU in. We want to bench test this. Linus approved. Put everything on the cardboard box that it came in. P750 GM power supply that has issues exploding. Now this one is a serial number that shouldn't be exploding, but you never know. I mean, it's got that smell. So it is fully modular though, which is cool, I guess. I'm gonna probably end up just using this. I did test this once already a little bit, and it didn't blow up in one of my mining rigs, so. Okay. Got the power supply in. Hook up the main boy here. For some reason. There's that. Okay. So that's ready. And let's install the CPU. Ahaha, this is the part we've all been waiting for, right? So, we have the i5-12600k LGA 1700 bad boy. Let's see. Did it come up? Oh, it comes up this way. Ooh, look at that LGA 1700 socket. That's moist. There it is. I believe popped these out last time I did it. Something. So there's an arrow. If we look, this matches up with those pins, and that's kind of got an L shape. I'm gonna put this in. There's also these notches. Oh. Put this in here. Yep, just like that. Bring out the NHU-12S. Yeah, this will be fun. Look at that mammoth of a cooler. I did measure, this should all fit inside the computer. So the NHU-12S Redux has some pre-applied thermal paste. I'm going to give this a shot and see if it does well all on its own. If it doesn't, I do have some Arctic Silver, but I mean, that's the perfect amount of thermal paste, right? That's if Neutronics fits. Ah. Okay, let's see. So, I decided to take off this plate. It's got an M.2 slot up here. Then it has 3 more M.2 slots. I'm impressed. That's pretty sweet to have 4 M.2 slots. That's crazy. But this thing is becoming more and more compelling to want to keep it. Cooler is on, and we've located the M.2. As I just showed you, there's 3 M.2s in here, but this is the primary M.2 slot. So we're going to take this little cover off. There it is. There's a thermal pad here, so we'll make use of that. Oh, that's why there's 4 of them, because there's 1 plus 3 slots. That's crazy. This is just a really basic NVMe drive I had laying around, so I'm going to install that here. Lock it down. Oh, by the way, I'm not a professional PC builder. I just know where the stuff goes, and I'm familiar, but as far as, like, being perfect, you ain't getting that from me, sorry. So I have heard that This has trouble booting from M.2 on to the stock firmware. You need to do a firmware update. So let's test this out. We should have, we don't have RAM. Let me find some RAM sticks. Found myself one stick of this Viper Gaming Patriot DDR4 3200 megahertz. So just going to be enough for booting. We're not really going gung-ho on everything. It actually tells you where to go first for your DDR sticks. That's kind of cool. I have some different RAM that I'm going to use that's going to be equal on all the builds for my other video that I'm going to be doing. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, we got RAM, SSD, cooler, power supply here. So let's plug it into the board here. So almost made a big boo-boo here. I didn't plug in the ATX 12 volt power, so that's hooked up now. Let's see, peripherals, yeah. So we're just gonna make sure this all fires up and shows up the way it should. There's that. Quick throw and install of Windows on, I will do that, but we just need to do some testing quick. So we'll see the 2. Basically going to be the whole setup right here. So, got my HDMI hooked up. I've got a keyboard and mouse. I'll be able to tell if this is working. Give it some power, and we'll fire it up. Okay, the CPU fan is spinning, so that's a good sign. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. And the RGB is going. That's a good sign. Not getting anything on my TV yet. We got VGA and then boot. Oh, CPU, DRAM, VGA is what it's on right now on the red lights. Oh, now I finally get a video out. Good grief. Yeah, if that wasn't freaky enough. Thing like cycled itself 80 times before it finally booted up. Oh, that's kind of a tacky looking start screen there. Insist on ultra durable. Is this like a paper towel brand or? Okay, well my keyboard works here and mouse, so let's go into setup. Alright, so it's detecting the SSD, nothing there, and it's not detecting the M.2, which is what people were reporting, and that's fine. I'm going to pull the BIOS update down from Gigabyte's website and then see if M.2 shows up. Hey, there it is. M2A showing up as an NVMe drive. Perfect. I can go forth with installing into the case and installing Windows and doing all that. Okay, lost a good chunk of my footage because my iPhone that I was using for 4K 30 decided it's just going to stop recording. We're much further along now in the build, so the motherboard's mounted, and I've got the dark flash, what are these, DR12 Pro RGB fans installed, and one in the back, 2 in the front. Contemplating adding 2 more up top, but we'll go there if we need to. Anyway, got all the cabling hooked up. The back is kind of a disaster, but this is just for testing right now. We're just going to do a sanity check and make sure everything's fired up. We got all the cabling hooked up, front panel headers hooked up, USB headers, all that stuff. Ooh, yeah. That seems to be working. And that seems to be working too. So, yeah, she booted right up. No problem at all. That's working nice. Boy, this thing is so quiet. I'm going to see if I can figure out the RGB sync and get them to pair together with the built-in RGB here on the motherboard itself. Let's look at the front, see how bright that is. Yeah, that's not bad. And I'm in Halo Master Chief Collection playing Halo 2 Classic. And we'll just look at the video settings. It's 1080p. Check it again, make sure. Okay. Yep, okay. Now, all right. So, 35, 38, 40 in this area. We'll go up here. $36, $35, and this is with 16 gigs of dual channel DDR4 at 3200. Well, that about wraps it up for the build video here. This is the look at it finished. I think it looks pretty cool with those ring LED RGB lights there, and then we put the white ones up top because figured I had to make use of them somehow. But yeah, no GPU in this so far, but stay tuned because there will be the video with the benchmarks coming, and you'll see what I'm going to end up throwing in there for testing. So yeah, just stay tuned, get subscribed, hit the like button if you like this video, and we'll see you in the next one.